Hey guys, I'm Rival. Welcome back to the channel. Here in today's video, I want to talk about some of the best cards I have collected and played with in the My Faction game mode. And I have collected a lot of cards. I have not collected all of them, and for that reason, I do want to talk about a few I have not collected. This is what I'm looking like right now for the collections. They make it very difficult with how duplicates work this year. We got to see some big change in that next year, and I'm confident we will, but this year it is what it is. Now, I want to start this video with talking about three cards I don't have, that being Charlotte Flair, 1998 Triple H, and Andre the Giant. Now, I want to start with these three because they have great badges to just talk about. You know, you can take the information I give you and apply it to cards that you actually have. So let's take a look at his badges. Why is he so good? He's got a lot of badges I look for. We'll start with Merciless Opportunist. That is my favorite in the game. Once you stun your opponent and you start attacking them even more, their health bar flies down. It really does. Even if you're only punching them, only stomping them, their health bar is flying to the left. So if you pair those two badges together, insane combination. If you can toss a heavy-handed on it, which this card has, even better. You take a look at Always See It Coming, one of my favorites as well. You gain special when you reverse an opponent's attack. If you're doing a tough live event, if you're doing Proving Grounds on Legend, which is very tough, you will get reversals. You have to get counters or you're going to get your ass kicked. So you have to get reversals, and you will. Therefore, you get a bunch of special because of that badge. The next badge I will shout out, Rabble Rouser. This one doesn't really matter with a tier. It's just, this one's the worst tier, a tier 1. You got to do 4 taunts. You do 4 taunts, you do a finisher. If this was the top tier badge, a tier 4, that gold one up there, you only have to do 1. It's not a big deal. You still get a finisher. Right under that Wet Blanket, kind of an underrated badge in my eyes. You have this, you can stun your opponent with an attack. This then reduces their special and finisher stock. Only a tier 1, but it makes a little bit of a difference. The last and final badge, Slippery Eel. It's not something that I really look for in a card, but the fact he's got a tier 4, a top tier Slippery Eel, you're probably not pinning this guy. This card's great. And of course, Weapon Master, top tier badge. I mean, if you're in a match with no DQs, maybe an Extreme Rules match or something, that is a phenomenal one to have. Now we take a look at his attributes. I love looking at arm power, leg power, technical submission offense. Love those categories. Reversals, important as well, but not a make or break it for me on a card. We keep going down. Pin Escape 99 with a Slippery Eel. That is... that's not fair. Again, Pin Escape, not a make or break on a card, but obviously you don't want that too low. Things I really look for down here, stamina, recovery, and, you know, special finisher, you want that up. Agility, movement speed, not a make or break it for me, but I do prefer to have that a little higher. Next up, we take a look at Andre the Giant. Great badges here as well. He's got the top tier Sting Like to be heavy-handed. No Merciless Opportunist on this guy, but that is okay. The fact he's got Sting Like to be and heavy-handed, that is cool with me, man. He's going to stun his opponent and re-stun him. But not only that, he's got the best badges to have for a Faction War Beast. Whether he's your main guy fighting or maybe he's just standing over there for the match, he's going to get you bonus My Faction points with Unscathed and Quick Winner. And I just don't think you're going to pin this guy. He's got the top tier Slippery Eel. He's got a top tier Unstoppable, so after you escape a pin, he enters tank mode. Arm power, leg power, very high. Again, love looking at that. Love looking at power and technical submission offense, really. He's got the 91 power. We keep going down. Pin Escape 99, power submission defense 99. Incredible looking card, man. But recovery only a 75. That's like my borderline. That's my borderline, 75. I don't want it any lower than that. He's got a 64 stamina, so those two categories kind of bother me. But everything else outweighs that. Like, this card's great. Then we take a look at Charlotte Flair. What does she have that's so good? A top tier badge, Merciless Opportunist. Again, my favorite badge in the game is that. She's also got my second favorite in the game with Sting Like a Bee. Only a tier 2, but it's there. And then a tier 1, heavy-handed. Then she's got a top tier for Space Invader. This increases the power of your submissions. This was better last year, but it's still nice to have this year, especially when you have a 96 technical submission offense, only a 50 on the power, but 96, that is insane. That's what you're going to be using with Charlotte. Then we go down again, stamina, recovery, both very important to me. She's got an 86 on both. That is great. Special finisher, both a 91. Movement speed, agility, both 80s. I do like that higher, but again, not a make or break, depending on what everything else looks like. So Merciless Opportunist, Sting Like It Be, Heavy-Handed, you pair those three up, that card's unstoppable, and that is why this solo, 89 overall Amethyst solo, is my favorite in the game. Now we move on to cards that I have collected, and you guys might have a lot of these cards as well. So any of these cards I'm about to show you, they can get the 1 minute faction war wins, and they are all great for proving grounds as well. We start with a card like Solo, 89 overall Amethyst Solo. He is my favorite card in the game. The reason being he's got a top tier badge for Sting Like It Be, Heavy-Handed, and Merciless Opportunist. And I'm not even kidding, this guy can get a win in faction wars in 20 seconds. Just by having those badges. Pain Train helps as well, because I do those running attacks, but he's stunned already. Merciless Opportunist is going to knock that health bar all the way down. Look at it fly down. I pick him up. I'm going to fast. Oh, I can't fast forward because it's over already. That's a 1, 2, 3 in 20 seconds. And he's got going in hot. I should talk about that. You start the match with some special. It's only a tier 1, so it's not like a huge deal. We move on. Hulk Hogan. Yeah, that's a lot of badges, man. He's got 7 top tier, and they're all very good. Now, he doesn't have the Merciless Opportunist, but all of this outweighs that. He's got the top tier Sting Like It Be, Raring to Go, Pain Train, Slippery Eel, Heavy-Handed, Always See It Coming, and that's a huge one. If you start using that badge more, you will notice you're special. You're getting a lot more of them. Therefore, you're getting a lot more finishers. And then he's also got Quick Recovery, which I love, especially a top tier WoW. And then a tier 2 Rabble Rouser, so he's got to do 3 taunts to gain a finisher. So this guy is just gaining finishers so quick. Same thing for a guy like maybe Andre the Giant. If you find somebody a little too slow, you can use a manager. For example, here Hulk Hogan's a great one to use. Agility, movement speed, only a 71. That's not bad, but if I can get an 81 on a Hulk Hogan card, that is gross. So I love the Eric Bischoff. He does that. He can also hit body durability. He hits other things like running offense. I just talked about that. That's something else I use. And arm power gets that maxed out. Hogan also has a 76 on the power submission offense as well. So all the way through, man, this card is great. Next up, Seth Rollins. We see, you know, same badges here that we've been talking about. Sting Like It Be, Merciless Opportunist, Always See It Coming. He's got the Slippery Eel and Weapon Master as well. Then we take a look at his attributes. Again, we got the Eric Bischoff on to put that arm power up to a 79 there. Running offense, a 99 with Eric Bischoff. We keep going down. You know, the technical and power offense not there, but look at the agility and movement speed on this card. 94 with the Bischoff, 83 recovery, 90 stamina, 99 on the special and finisher. This card is very good, especially with those badges. Next up, we take a look at Payback Austin Theory. He's got a top tier badge in Merciless Opportunist. Again, that is my favorite badge in this game. He's then got a tier 3 in Sting Like It Be, my second favorite. Tier 2 Wet Blanket, underrated badge. We talked about that with the Triple H. And then top tier badge in Showman and All the Answers. And this might be the first time I mention All the Answers. So All the Answers, Always See It Coming. Those kind of rely on you getting reversals. This one will gain the special, Always See It Coming. And then this one, that helps you build the stun meter. So that's my top 4. Those are my top 4 favorites that I have collected. I'm going to show you a couple more in case you don't have these, and we'll talk a little more. But now we move on to the women's division. Becky Lynch. She's got the Sting Like It Be and Merciless Opportunist. That's why she made the list. And then on top of that, she's got Rabble Rouser. You do 1 taunt, you get a finisher. She's also got Space Invader. Now I do have some side plates on this card. What do I have on her? Plus 10 on stamina, 8 body durability, 8 strike reversal, and 8 on the recovery. So again, I do value stamina and recovery a ton. She does have good attributes all the way through. I just put them on her to make her better. I think I was using her for a live event probably. Next, Rhea Ripley, Sting Like It Be, Merciless Opportunist, Heavy-Handed. We see that on the solo. If you see a top tier badge for all 3 of those on the card is gross. So we see it there, and then we see it again on Lacey Evans, and that's why she's on my list. Eve Torres here, Sting Like It Be, top tier, and then the tier 3 on Heavy-Handed and Merciless Opportunist. That is just fine. She's also got a very high technical submission offense. I really like this card. 96 on the arm power and running offense with the Eric Bischoff. We go all the way down. 96 on special and finisher, 99 movement speed, 96 agility, 81 recovery, 87 stamina, a great card in Eve Torres. If you don't have any of those cards, again, you can just listen to the information I'm giving you about the badges, the attributes, and just find cards that work for you that have those same badges. Now, I have another 8 here, just to give you guys some sort of visual on who else I can use as my main player, whether it be Proving Grounds or Faction Wars. All of these cards are really good, and all of these cards, they can get a minute and a half Faction War win. So a lot of times people tell me, if I don't have solo, who else can I use? Jey Uso is the name I always give. He's got the top tier Merciless Opportunist and a tier 3 for Sting Like a Bee. This card is great. He's in the token market. Phenomenal card. Next up, Kurt Angle. This guy can get a quick submission win. I'm going to follow up with a video tomorrow on doing a video on the roll-up pins, on the submissions, and one clip will be using the Kurt Angle. He's got Rabble Rouser and Going in Hot a top tier, so he's pretty much starting with a special, therefore starting with a finisher. As long as you complete that, you do a taunt, you get another finisher, you then have 2 ankle locks, and you're probably going to make your opponent tap. If not, you can just do a roll-up pin quickly after, get the win that way. Next up, Matt Riddle. Kind of the same deal. He just doesn't have the top tier Going in Hot, but he's got the top tier Rabble Rouser, so you're starting with that finisher. He's got Always See It Coming, so you gain special when you reverse an opponent's attack. A lot of special at that. And then he's got the tier 1 Sting Like a Bee, tier 1 heavy-handed. Great card to use. Also, technical submission offense is a 70. That's not bad. You can get it higher as well with a manager. Scott Hall, another great one. He's got Sting Like a Bee and Merciless Opportunist, top tier. And then he's got Going in Hot, Rabble Rouser, tier 2s. Pretty good. Then we go down here. Beth Phoenix, a great one in the diamond token market. She's also got that tier 3 unscathed. So whether she's your main player or just, you know, a part of that supporting cast. Next up, Gigi, one of my favorite cards. She really is. She's got the top tier Merciless, tier 3 Sting Like a Bee, and Rabble Rouser. A great card to use. And then check out the technical submission offense, a 92. Her power submission offense is a 74, which is pretty good as well for a power submission offense rating. Next up, we get an Asuka. Really good one. You guys see the trend here, right? Sting Like a Bee, Merciless. You guys see that? Top tier badges there. Tier 3 Pain Train. Also top tier for the Energetic Opportunist. Her attributes pretty ridiculous as well. A 93 on the technical. All the way through. A great card. And then Ronda Rousey. Now Ronda, she doesn't have the top tier badges in Sting Like a Bee and Merciless, but it's a tier 2. It does the job, it does. And then a top tier in Space Invader, Swiftness, Slippery Eel, tier 3 Quick Recovery. Really like this card as well. And for Faction Wars, this is what I currently run with. Now I switch out GG, I switch out Solo, that second spot. That is who I switch out whenever I get bored. But Solo's the guy I usually run with. Again, he gets quick wins. He just gets quick wins, so I keep using him. But outside of your main person, you do want to look for badges like Unscathed. This Bobby Lashley, he's got a tier 3. You want to look for things like Quick Winner. This Solo here, tier 3. Same thing for Yokozuna. He's got both a tier 2. Beth Phoenix, Quick Winner. Becky Lynch, Quick Winner. Ivy Nile, Unscathed. And yeah, I think that's it. I think that's going to do it for this video. I talked a lot.
What?
I said I talked a lot, but I talked a lot about the badges I look for. I talked a lot about the attributes I look for, and I showed you guys all of the cards that I use and my favorites in the game. So I'm really hoping it helped. Smash a thumbs up to put me over. Drop a comment below. Subscribe if you are new, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.